What's going on, guys? It's Rob from Heroes Avenue. Happy Friday. I hope you guys are all doing well out there. As you can see, not in my normal workspace. I'm on vacation right now, but I wanted to chime in on what is going on in the world of DC right now because there are some big things happening. Obviously, Darren made a video last night about Robert Pattinson testing positive for COVID-19. As you can see, I just so happened to be wearing the same shirt he was wearing last night. But uh, we're going to talk about the update to the Batman, and we're also going to be talking about James Gunn's The Suicide Squad and a recent test screening that just happened. So with that being said, if you guys have not subscribed to the channel already, make sure to hit the subscribe button, make sure to give us a like, and let's get into today's news. So woke up today a little disheartened because not only did we find out a little while ago, I found out yesterday that The Rock, Black Adam himself, tested positive for COVID-19. Actually, not just him, but him and his whole entire family tested positive for COVID-19, and it was kind of devastating. Like, man, again, it just hits home when someone you you really enjoy, like an entertainer, someone that especially has the status of The Rock, gets COVID-19, but then you got the Batman himself, Robert Pattinson, testing positive for COVID-19 just as production has started again. So Darren made a video yesterday talking about how production has halted. He thinks there's going to be delays for the movie. We got to hold and pump the brakes on that now just because we got some new news. So I'm on Variety right here, and it says the Batman resumes production without Robert Pattinson. And this article goes into a few different topics, including insurance and the morale of the crew. So, but the big thing a lot of people are focusing on, especially in the Twitter sphere right now, is it says that Robert Pattinson has to self-isolate for 14 days. That's an obvious thing to keep people safe and to make sure that he recovers and doesn't pass on the virus. And it says right here in the article, the Mail's report claims that director Matt Reeves is trying to finish as much of the shoot as he can without Robert Pattinson, including scenes with the actor's body double. Variety has reached out to Warner Brothers for comment. So Ann Sarnoff, the head of Warner Media Studios, couldn't comment, obviously, due to privacy reasons. I'm sure Robert Pattinson doesn't want the details of everything being leaked out. I wouldn't. He's probably shocked and a little, he probably just wants his own time to himself, and if his family, they're probably doing contact tracing to make sure who could have possibly been in contact with him or who could have passed it to him. So I wouldn't want anything commented on like that. Anyways, the big thing to focus on is the fact that Warner Brothers is going to continue production. Now, obviously, they're going to have to be strict, incredibly strict with the testing for everyone on set, because if you got one person who has it, that could have led to a lot of people having it. So it is, for me, a kind of a little bit of a sigh of relief that they are resuming production. I think for the most part, a lot of people would rather they resume production with a body double even than we get a delayed movie, because this movie already got pushed back from its original date. I believe it's supposed to come out just a little over a year from now in October, and I think a lot of people want us, especially with everything that's going on in the world right now and with all the delays that's happening, this is something that has fans incredibly excited, and to hear about another delay would just devastate people. So I think for the most part, I would think people are really open to actually having a body double being filmed, especially because for a lot of the times he's going to be in his cowl, and I imagine that the movie's going to be it's going to be an incredibly dark movie. There's going to be a lot of scenes in which you're not actually seeing Robert Pattinson's face close up. So I think a lot can be done. This is where movie magic takes over. So I can't see a lot of backlash in regards to this, especially because a lot of us just want this movie to come out on time already. DC movies over the years have faced a lot of delays. I think for the third or fourth year straight, there's only been one DC movie out per year. So we need this to happen, and I really hope Robert Pattinson has a speedy recovery, and I hope Matt Reeves and his creative team can work their magic and make this happen, because this article also goes into the morale of the people working on this, because they've been working so hard, and finally they get to start a production again, and this happens. So here's just a little quote from the article. There's also a question of crew morale being affected when a high-profile member of the team, like Pattinson, is diagnosed with the virus. so soon after resuming the stalled production. Production teams are resilient, as already proven, and will always find innovative ways to keep moving forwards, says Duthie. I think it's more of a sense of frustration when all work so hard to comply to comprehensive measures. Yeah, and so that just leaves us on the message of, you guys, I know we're not involved in any movie sets at all. Just make sure to wear your mask, make sure to socially distance, and really take precautions when having visitors over. I know we've been in shelter in place for incredibly long now, and due to a lot of, especially here in America, a lot of people not being strict with their their safety measures, it's kind of made this thing kind of trickle on for longer than it needed to be. But yeah, everyone, hope you're staying safe out there. Make sure to stay safe. So with that being said, let's go ahead and move on to the Suicide Squad topic. So this is a kind of a short one, but I thought it was going to be something fun to end this video on. So it says, I'm on this LRM online, not sure about this website so much, but the story really took place on Twitter from Daniel RPK. So basically it says, the Suicide Squad early screenings peg the film as James Gunn's masterpiece. So check it out. So basically, I'm not going to read the article. Basically, what it comes down to is Daniel Rickman, who's a prominent scooper online who gets some things wrong, gets some things right, like most scoopers. He's been credible on some stuff, and he says right here, people who saw the Suicide Squad described it as James Gunn's masterpiece with boggling eyes. And, there's a lot to take in with that. Obviously, as a DC fan, you're going to get really excited. We just came out of the exciting DC Fandom event, and I think a lot of us were really surprised with how good this movie looks. We didn't really know what to expect, especially because seeing set photos, again, you can't judge things by set photos, but seeing how wacky the set photos looked and the costumes and how they looked, you did get a little bit worried at times. Well, I did at least, but I did trust James Gunn because this guy's a really great director. With this being said, test screenings, right? You always hear stuff about test screenings. You never know exactly what from a test screening is actually going to make it into the movie. I think David F. Sandberg made comments before about them trying different things at test screenings. Maybe some people see different versions of the movie, even if it's just a little tweak here and there. So you never know what's going to be changed with the movie. Then I go back to thinking about BVS, and how the suits all reportedly had a standing ovation for the movie. Same thing as me. I had that same reaction. But when it came out, the critics were so critical of it. So you really never know with these test screenings. But it is exciting as a DC fan and someone who tends to lean towards a positive take on all these movies, because I tend to find enjoyment in all of them. It's really exciting to hear about this being a masterpiece, right? So this seems, especially you see James Gunn and how much and how entrenched he is with the Suicide Squad and his history and his love for the comics. So I trust in James Gunn in regards to this. He really knows what he wants to do, and he's executing his vision. So it doesn't seem like there are any barriers, and I really hope that he blows it away with this movie. And, he's going back to Marvel for the Guardians of the Galaxy movies. Hopefully he wraps up his trilogy in a good way. But hopefully we get James Gunn back in the DC realm, because I think, despite what you think about him personally, I think he's a great director, and I think he brings a lot of excitement and talent along with him to his projects. So that's what I think about the Suicide Squad. So let me know what you guys think about the two topics today. Let me know what you think about the Batman. Do you have any issues with a stunt double being used or a body double being used for some scenes? Just to get the production rolling again. And what do you think? What do you make of this test screening for James Gunn's The Suicide Squad? Let me know down in the comments below. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure to give this video a like, subscribe if you haven't already. Make sure to subscribe to my other channel. Check it out. Thanks, guys. I will catch you guys later. Peace.